So I saw this movie on Tubi a long time ago and knew I need to make this video. So I'm scrolling through Tubi looking for something to watch, the usual. I see a movie called Terrifier, and I'm like, man, who the fuck is this wannabe Pennywise John Gacy looking ass nigga, bro? Well, I'm a fan of horror movies. I even like mid or horrible horror movies, to be honest. So I said, fuck it, what's there to even really lose here? And boy, when I say watching this shit made me die laughing, bro, I knew I had to review this movie. I also noticed something else too. I noticed that there was a Terrifier 2 at the time, and again, as a fan of the horror genre, I had to do my Googles, and I know something weird. Terrifier 2 had like 15, it made like 15 M's off a 150K budget. I was like, damn, why is this Tubi ass movie low key mad successful? I've never heard of this movie. I've heard of All Hallows Eve or whatever it's called. Never watched it, but I've heard of it. But I've never heard of Terrifier. Fast forward to Terrifier 3, and everyone is calling my guy Art the Clown horror movies first industry plant. Which makes sense, cause how are we 2 to 3 movies in and we are just now hearing about this nigga on the third movie? He's getting deals, you know what I'm saying, and putting the GOAT conversation with Freddy Krueger, Jason, and Mike? Hell no, you know how goaty you have to be putting the GOAT any GOAT conversation with a nigga named Mike? Fuck out of here. But we gonna review this movie and decide if he really deserves to be a part of the GOAT conversation. This movie starts with an insanely disfigured Jeff Bezos looking chick interviewing about a killer that disfigured her. Backstage, this disfigured Jeff Bezos looking woman catches the interviewer shit talking her behind her back and gouges out her eyes. Okay, well, you know what? Fair enough. But, who really cares? It's not important. Well, it's not important yet. So, fast forward, or I guess rewind a year before the interview, you got two drunk chicks. Well, one way more drunker than the other. Okay, they go by Tara and Dawn. So Tara and Dawn encounter a scary clown who follows them into a pizza spot. Tara, understandably, is shook, but the dumb drunk blonde chick thinks it's all fun and games. This scary clown done followed y'all into the store, ain't said a word to no one, and y'all think it's all fun and games. Alright, yeah, I know it's Halloween, but come on. Tara is scared as fuck, pussy as hell, and wants to leave. So Dawn is just sitting there like, girl, you pussy, and walks over to this clown, scary looking clown individual and asks for a picture. Touching all over this nigga art like the drunk blonde she is. But hey, shorty gotta go viral. The owner comes and tries to get this nigga art to order some food, but bro is not saying nothing. You think that this dumb blonde would get the picture, but the only picture she's worried about getting is the one with her and art. Like, she's too worried about these 8 likes her and art got on Instagram. Shorty, you have no motion, 8 likes? Bro, stop it. After ordering nothing, Art grabs a coin to get a toy ring to hand it to Dawn. Or my bad, Tara. I'm talking about the dumb blonde chick, guys. Art then proceeds to go to the bathroom. The owner of the pizza joint is concerned that Art is bothering Tara, so he goes to confront Art, who is blowing up the bathroom. And I mean, he literally blew that bitch up. He shot on everything. The owner was pissed, and he threw that nigga out of the place expeditiously. I ain't lying. I don't know if I'd want to go outside after that, but after eating, they decided to walk back to their car and realize that, surprise, surprise, someone, don't know who, has stabbed their tires. Bro, how are they not frightened or concerned? Are they not putting 2 and 2 together? Tara calmly calls her sister, Victoria, who is studying and has to be up in 5 hours. Shorty, your sleep schedule is fucked regardless. You might as well go and pick them up. Her friend comes in with some chubby guy, and they're preparing to do something that Victoria clearly doesn't want to see, so she decides to go pick up Tara and Don anyways. Meanwhile, Tara and Dawn are chilling in the car until Tara's dumbass couldn't hold in her pee anymore and decides to go find a place to take a piss. I'm going to just go ahead and let y'all know, spoiler alert, that this movie would not happen if Tara didn't do this. And some might say, nah, Art would have still got them. No, that nigga Art he does not do well when it comes to jumping. I'm sorry. He seems very jumpable in my opinion. Tara asks a pest control worker named Mike to let her pee inside, pretty much begging him to take a piss, which he lets her. Shorty is doing all this to pee in a rat-infested apartment in the dark. Classic horror movie ass decision. Tara, after pissing, meets some mentally ill lady who thinks her doll is a baby, and we'll get back to her. But more importantly, she's attacked by Art, who sedates her with I don't know what drug. Like, nigga, where did you get that from? You're a clown. That does not match your gimmick. You should be Art the Doctor instead of you want to be doing all this unnecessary shit. Tara wakes up chained to a seat and sees Dawn upside down. And let me tell you, I hate this scene and anyone involved with it. Art, being the biggest dick ever, decides to saw Dawn in half from her vagina to her head. Like, seriously, I had to sit there and watch this. Like, whoever came up with this, I only wish the worst for you. After seeing Dawn get sawed in half, she frantically breaks free from the chair. And to be fair, I'd break my arm if necessary to get away from this scene. This guy Art is just doing shit. Like, this whole scene is just a dick move. You sedated her just to watch her stab her, saw her friend in half from the ass all the way up to her head. Like, that's just, come on, bro. Art also does like one of the most pettiest things after sawing this woman ass first. He decides to, you know how she was taking selfies with Art at the little pizza place. So he decides to grab her phone and take a selfie with her at with her sawed in half. Like, this nigga is a prick. He's a dickhead. This nigga just is so pettiest nigga on earth. It's not even like the funny kind of petty. It's just the, bro, you're doing too much kind of petty. Tara stabbed Art and then for some reason runs. I said the same thing about Laurie when she stabbed Michael Myers in the first movie. How the fuck are you just gonna stab a maniac who's trying to kill you once? But you know what? This time I'll give Shorty a pass. Tara runs, grabs a piece of wood, and proceeds to work the fuck out this nigga Art. Now this next scene is what made me really want to do this video because what the hell is this scene? This scene had me dying of laughter. So Shorty is walking, she's working Art. She's talking mad shit too. She's sitting there like, nah, get your bitch ass up. Nope. We ain't done yet. And then out of nowhere, this clown demon of the night decides to uphold and shoot Shorty in her leg. I'm dead ass serious. I was so caught off guard, cause since when do horror icons keep that thing on them? You're supposed to be Satan's greatest warrior. Why the fuck do you keep a Glock on you? Next thing we know, this nigga's gonna put a switch on it. Like, bro, you are not King Von. Imagine Freddy Krueger walking around blowing down teens. Like, come on. And I worded that completely wrong because I know how Freddy gives it up. I didn't mean that way. Imagine Michael Myers walking down his victims. Mike don't throw bullets, he eats them and then gets up like nothing happened. Like, the hell was Art thinking? Bro was probably in the group chat getting roasted. Everybody was talking about how he stole Pennywise's whole flow. So Art was thinking to himself, nah, they got me fucked up. I need something. I need something to separate me from that weak ass clown. But what? Then some old rock demon walked by, dapped him up, and asked, bro, what's the issue? Art explained his problem, and the old black demon said, I got you, and handed him a Glock with a switch on it. Art just sat there like, ooh, nigga, they don't even know. I'm about to fuck the game up with this. You can tell by how he upped that shit. He was waiting for this moment. The whole movie. He probably let Shorty beat him up just to do that. Nice try, Art. You get no aura points for that. If anything, you lost aura for that shit. Demons don't carry guns. Give King Von back his blick, boy. So, bro shoots a huge chunk off of her leg and then walks Shorty down, shooting her in the face. Except somehow he misses and shoots in her cheek. I don't know. Art, my boy, stick to hell in torturing people. The streets is not for you. How you miss point blank? You would not survive an old block. Art is sitting there like, fuck, I'm out of bullets. Bro looks mad annoyed as he goes back to the little room or whatever to get more bullets. I don't know if I ever seen bro this annoyed before. Usually he's always laughing and being a dick. Regardless, Art spins back and shoots Tara like 4 more times in her face. You can tell Art was mad as hell cause he unloaded everything on her. She must have really beat his ass. That shit had to hurt him and his pride. Art usually likes torturing people. He didn't even bother. Like, he went straight for the headshot. The whole scene is just comedy to me because I've never seen a demon or horror movie villain pull out a blick and air out the place, then have to go and get more bullets. I don't know if I like that, but it's funny as hell. This next scene made me sad, and I don't know why. So the mentally ill lady with the doll, who I believe is credited as the cat lady, or at least that's what Wikipedia tells me. That's my number one source, so we'll just call her that because mentally ill lady with the doll is a long ass name. The cat lady witnesses Tara get sent to God and is apparently mentally stable enough to be afraid and go get help. She runs into the pest control guy Mike, who let Tara in to pee. She's begging him to call the police cause a clown who is walking around killing people and laughing about it. He's probably working on a drill diss track as we speak. So we really need to get the police here. Mike just looks at the cat lady like she's crazy, which to be fair, she is. Mike is like, look, fuck out of here before I call the police. And the cat lady is like, yes, please. So he pushes her off and leaves. And to be honest, I don't like the way he treated her, to be honest. But whatever. Art makes quick work out of him anyways, almost immediately. Now this is the exact scene that made me sad. Art is now cradling the cat lady's doll. Like, come on, leave Shorty and her little doll alone. She's not all the way there. The cat lady has this brilliant ideal though. And when I say brilliant, I mean stupid. She decides Art, the demon spawned from hell, just needs some motherly love. Ma'am, this is not a misunderstood, hurt individual. This nigga isn't even a human. There's no reasoning with him. Okay, well, whatever, she's dead. But cool. Tara's sister Vicky finally arrives looking for Tara and Dawn. Too bad damn near everyone has already been put into a blunt. Vicky comes across an almost dead Tara, but it turns out it's just Art fucking with her, doing some wannabe Pennywise ass shit. Like, bro, get your own drip. Vicky runs off and Art follows her, wearing the cat lady's breast and hair. And that just pisses me off. I'm sorry. Vicky decides to lock herself in some closet or locker or something. I don't know. I never get why people in horror movies do this. Me personally, I'm not running into a dead end when being chased by a person, or in this case, a demonic entity who just saw a bitch in half ass first. I'm gone, bro. I'm turning into 6ix9ine when he was on O Block. That clown ain't catching me, I promise you. Usain Bolt wouldn't have been gone faster than I would have been gone. Art is about to get her because, bitch, he obviously heard the direction you went. But luckily, Mike, the pest control guy, his coworker Will is out there banging on the door, which catches Art's attention. Cause why the fuck you banging like you the police? I feel bad for this guy Will though. He was 1 second away from leaving, but for some reason decided to check again and he finds a key. One poor decision costs you your life. So he's able to get into the apartment where everyone is dying. Yay! Art catches bro lacking and decapitates him because of course. Like, geez, don't you have a gun? You could just shoot me. You don't have to do all that. But that's what makes him having a gun and using a gun so stupid. Vicky finds the dead body of her sister and she can't even really mourn cause here goes our stupid ass trying to kill her. Lucky for her, Mike, the pest control guy, is still alive and knocks Art out for like a second. Mike, I know you heard your boy calling you. You're a little weasel. He only ever gets active for the bitches. I know his kind. The two dip and manage to call 911, but here goes Art's stupid ass again. He couldn't even give them a longer intermission before attacking them again. Art catching both of them lacking, killing Mike, and leaving Vicky unconscious, where he proceeds to eat her face. What makes what? Okay, I don't understand his decision making process. Because why? Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a creative direction Art has chosen to take. While Art is munching on Vicky's face, again, I don't know why he's doing that. But I don't know, better late than never, I guess. The police finally arrive. Art finally comes up for air and realizes he caught like 5 bodies, 7 if you count the niggas from the pizza shop. Bro knew he was getting life, and my boy can't go back to prison, so he shot himself. If all it took was a bullet to stop Art, I see why he never tries to shit with the young niggas. I imagine Art he goes back to hell, gets roasted by all the other demons, then Satan responds him to spread more destruction and ignorance upon our world. Art responds into his body and kills the medical examiner at the morgue. Interesting strategy from Art. I guess it's easier to escape from a morgue than a prison. Fair enough. Okay, good play. We're now at the end where we get this twist. Remember that Jeff Bezos looking mutilated chick from the beginning? Well, apparently that's Vicky. I know, every time she walks the streets, she at least, there's at least one kid playing that Icky Vicky by Chip Skylark song. At some point, just kill me if I start looking like this. So that's the end of the story. Terrifier 3 should be out by the time this video drops. I already got my ticket. I'm going to skip on the popcorn, to be honest. I've heard the rumors, and I'm going to be mad annoyed if I throw up my popcorn. Someone's going to refund me. So, change of plans. I just got back from the Terrifier. The fuck is that? Okay, I just got back from the Terrifier 3. It was Thursday night. For whatever reason in my mind, I had decided to make a decision to see the movie Terrifier 3 opening night, at 8 p.m. at night. And I live by myself, so this was not a good decision. But it's a decision I made. One that I'll probably make again for the next Terrifier movie. One that I'll probably making not probably a bad decision I'm going to be making next week for Smile 2, but somehow I feel like Smile 2 is not going to quite have the same effect that this movie had. So currently sitting here with a blick right next to me. I don't know what that's going to do, but I don't know. It makes me feel a little bit safer. So I'm not really going to talk about the movie Terror. Well, I might talk about it a little bit, like the opening scene. But maybe can they stop making that noise? I can't deal with this right now. Uh, like loud as hell. Like I'm not in the mind space for this. Okay, I just want to kind of talk about my movie going experience. So, I'm already kind of shook off of certain like clickbait articles I've been reading about, particularly about the first 10 minutes, and people are throwing up. Obviously, I didn't want to get thrown up on, and I didn't want to throw up. But before even that, like I was just kind of mad nervous. Like I don't know, the second Terrifier kind of had me shook, if I'm being honest. Like it had me at nighttime kind of scared. To like I would wake up at night for some water. Again, I live by myself. I would wake up at night for some water to use the bathroom, and I'd just be shook after I seen the second one. So yeah, I was kind of shook. But nonetheless, I made it to the movie theater. I was visibly shaken when I was giving the guy my ticket, but I made it there. I just started looking at a bunch of people like just very suspiciously. Like there's two girls sitting in front of me like by themselves, and I'm like, bro, ain't no way that these two girls are 18 plus. Like, but there's no one else with them. Like I don't. It made me very suspicious. Then there's a guy. I just, of course, I had to sit next to a guy who I wasn't even sitting next to him. He was like three seats away. Like breath just mad stank. I don't even know how he did that. How breath is so potent from 3 seats away. But nonetheless, he brought his like 4 to 5 year old daughter with him. I don't know why he did that. That caught me off guard. So I'm worried about that. Like just everything has me suspicious. Um, there's a point during the opening scene where a guy had lifted his head up to eat some popcorn or whatnot. I thought I was going to throw up for a second. Had me shook. But outside of that, like I mean, yeah, it was pretty bad movie going. Well, I guess it wasn't that bad. I'm like having my senses overloaded, so I was shook and I constantly had to smell like bad breath the entire movie. But besides that, it wasn't too bad, I guess. The opening scene, while very gory, definitely wasn't the worst part of the movie. I guess in the opening scene, you have spoiler alert, by the way. The opening scene is just art terrorizing, or not just terrorizing, massacring an entire family for no real apparent reason. Like dressed up as Santa, just terrorizing a family of four. I guess it kind of starts with the movie starts with like a little girl going to her parents' room, talking about how she was hearing noises and on the roof, and apparently the guy on the roof or whatever was giving her words of affirmation, like positive words. So I'm like, since when does Art start doing that? I didn't even know that nigga talk. But spoiler alert. I guess. Well, no, he didn't really talk in this movie. He kind of talked, but he didn't really talk. So I don't know. Maybe he. Well, I can't really get too much into that. So the mother tries to put her to bed. This with this. He she puts her to bed, telling her mad lies about how, oh, it's just Santa Claus's elf, and I'm going to leave some cookies downstairs and blah blah blah. She goes to bed, blah blah blah, and then everyone gets massacred. Art comes in as Santa, pretending to be Santa, leaves some gifts, and then massacres the family for no reason. Like, Art is a complete dickhead for no, like, in the whole entire time. I'm just thinking, like, bro, don't you have a gun? Why do you never want to? You just decide to go hack up some kids or a kid with a axe just for fun. Like, you don't you have, like, bro is a demon through and through. Like, I'll be honest, this nigga might not be top three goats, and he's not up there with Mike, and I mean Mike Myers. He's not up there with Freddy or none of these niggas, but he definitely top three horror villains if I had to choose, that I definitely would never want to deal with ever. The nigga's just a dickhead, bro. I'm sorry, but this nigga, well, the whole entire movie just be pissing me off, bro. He just be doing too much. I like, bro, give me Freddy Krueger. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'll take Freddy Krueger over this nigga, bro. I don't care. I don't care, bro. He's just. But that's all I'm really going to talk about in regards to this third movie. I might make an entire different video for the third movie because there's a lot to talk about. But I hated this movie for probably all the right reasons. As far as horror movie fans are concerned, would I ever watch this movie again? Hell no. Fuck no, I'm never watching this movie again. And that might be a good thing as far as horror movies. I don't know, bro. I don't care, bro. I'm scared right now. I don't want to. I don't want to think about this movie anymore. I never want to see it again. That's pretty much all I had to say right now. Oh wait, but besides that, I will give like one more spoiler. So hopefully, like, I already been kind of gave the spoiler alert. So anyone who didn't want to be spoiled, hopefully, if anyone's even watching the video to begin with, but there, I'll give one more spoiler. Remember how uh Art pretty much saw Tara, or not Don, whatever, the blonde chick. Who even cares? They're so irrelevant to my mind in this story at this point. The blonde chick. Remember how he sold her ass first? He does the same thing in this movie with a guy this time. Like, I don't know what is Art's deal with this. Like, it's the most ridiculous. For somehow they made it even more gory and disgusting in this film. Like, and I'm just sitting there looking at this nigga with his 4-year old daughter. Like, you really brought her to this movie, huh? There was like two scenes, or like three scenes, but outside this one, there was like two more scenes where I'm pretty sure he was covering his daughter's eyes, and I'm just looking at him like, bro, you really bothered. There's two scenes. One was sexual in nature. One was disgustingly sexual. I don't even know how to describe the other one. One was obviously sexual, and it was distinct. It was only sexual in nature. Like, it was sexual. It was sex. And then the other scene was just, I don't even know how to describe it, but I just couldn't help but to look at this nigga across me 3 seats away. Like, damn, you really brought your daughter to this shit, bro. I'm sitting here watching the nigga gets his ass salt, getting sawed in half ass first, and your 3-year-old, 4-year-old daughter, maybe 5-year-old, no way she's older than 5. It's impossible. I'd say 5 is even pushing it. Shorty like little Shorty like 4 years old if I'm being honest at most, probably 3. He brought this little girl into the film to watch this nonsense, bro. He brought his little daughter in to watch a whole sex scene, a whole other scene, which I couldn't even describe the scene to you. It's so weird. Not weird. Yes, weird, but I'm on everything I love. I cannot describe it. And then she has to sit there and watch this nigga get sawed in half, and this nigga's covering her face. I think I'm like, why do you even bring her? How you bring your daughter to a movie where you need someone 21 years or older to accompany you if you're under the age of 18? Like, if you're gonna cover her eyes, you might as well have just left her at home. I'm assuming he didn't have anyone to watch her or something, so he just had to bring her. You could not have wanted to see this movie that badly. But yeah, I just want to say, bro, this nigga art is definitely someone I'd never in life want to. He just be doing stuff. Like, he really just be doing shit for no reason. Like, half the stuff he does in this film, not even half, like damn near everything he does in this film is just the most unnecessary shit. Like, this nigga just be inventing new ways of torture. This nigga just, whoever came up with this movie, bro, I legitimately hate you. I legitimately hate you, and if I ever saw you in real life, I'd probably smack the shit out of you at one of these conventions. I ain't gonna lie. I've never been to a horror convention before. I just might start going just to run into you. And you know what? I know I wasn't gonna really get too in depth, and I won't, at least not in this video. But I hope Sienna, I hope that Get Back is already in motion. Because me personally, bro, you can't be the chosen one and letting shit like this slide, bro. You cannot let this nigga art slide, bro. The Get Back needs to be vicious.